Well, what an absolutely splendid example of Rhine. That's the pattern or design, very much 19th century this. We know exactly who made this one and the dates. Rhine in grey and white is incredibly collectible and incredibly difficult to find in genuine antique condition. And this is a fine example made by John Meir and Sons at the Greengates Pottery in Tunstall Stoke-on-Trent sometime probably during the 1840s or 1850s. They operated that pottery between 1837 and 1897. But most of the Rhine design, which this is, was made in those early years from 1837 through to around 1850. So I think we've assigned a date of 1840 through to 1850 on this piece very fairly. It's in lovely antique condition. There are some condition notes we're going to draw to your attention around this. 15 and 5/8 inch if you're absolutely exact. An unusual shape just with 4 indents around the rim. If you feel your platters, if you are a platter collector, most of them will have 8 indents, but these older English versions quite often just had 4, and this one's just got 4 slightly palpable indents around the rim. Has got a historic old antique scratch across the surface here, a knife mark where somebody's carved a joint or something across it, so that explains this little line here. Do be aware of that. There is some antique patina staining, some age related staining both on the front surface and rear, but on the front, just look at that beautiful antique effect you get with the patina that develops on these beautiful old pieces of what were then described as white ironstone. John Meir and Sons were producing a brand or a sub-brand that they marketed as White Ironstone because of its brightness. Ironstone china impressed into the rear here with a size mark, and then picking up that design from the front. Let me just get that into the relief. Sorry, you can't see that very well, but Rhine, JM&S for John Meir and Sons. Let's just show you the reverse of this platter because it's worth looking at. Lovely patina of age related here, just what you'd expect for something that's coming up 180, possibly 190 years old. Kiln support marks 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, as you'd expect. The nice transfer printed Rhine JM&S marks, which is so nice to find on these pieces quite often. A lot of these you'll see this sort of design with Rhine, probably coming from Meir's, but without the JM&S on the base, you can't be absolutely certain. Some of these pieces later in production around the 1870s, 1880s would have month and year impress marks, but this is an indecipherable, just a size mark, I think. Probably reads 15 or 16 on there. Patina on this is absolutely right for something of this age in Rhine design. I love this platter. It weighs an absolute ton, as you'd expect White Ironstone to. Rims are good, plate surface for display. And you just look at that and think this is a genuine piece of old English transfer printed ironstone from the 19th century, and it's exactly what it is. Rhine, this lovely sort of European Eastern influence scene with the castles and river scene with the boating people, and the very characteristic sort of Japanese-esque sun rays coming from the sun in the design part of the feature. Grey and white china at its absolute base. A useful piece for dinner service, but also just as a display piece. This is absolutely fantastic and incredibly impressive. Nice piece of White Ironstone, Meir and Sons, Rhine pattern, 1840s to 1860s. Pop a link below, take you through to the Vintage and Antiques website where it's on sale currently. All further details that you'd need to make your purchase decision are on the website. Thanks for watching.